Hey there guys, when you galaxy jump from one dimension to the other, do you bring a fully automatic machine gun with you? But first guys, go check out my friends CMMG at cmmg.com. You've probably seen a lot of their firearms on my show. Awesome finishes. You can do some really cool stuff with them. A lot of different types of weapons along with caliber selections. But they have a really cool thing going on right now called the mystery box. All of this stuff you see right here came in one of their mystery boxes. This is the mid-level mystery box that I got. You can use my code FTATF for a 10% off anywhere on that website. Again, FTATF will get you 10% off. Check them out, cmmg.com. A U.S. attorney announced the arrest and filing of a criminal complaint charging Stuart Walter Bachman of Dade County with one count of unlicensed possession of a firearm not registered in a National Firearms Registration. If convicted, Bachman will face up to 10 years in prison. Now, according to the complaint, on August 5th, the Pasco Sheriff's Office received a telephone call from Bachman, who told the dispatcher that he was being held hostage and was going to be, quote, put under by people who were able to walk through the fifth dimension. So Bachman called this in on himself, right? People from the fifth dimension were about to put him under. Bachman also stated that there was an invisible person in the backseat of his vehicle. Kind of sounding like a little bit cuckoo to me right now. But then as the call progressed, Bachman also stated that there was going to be something like 911. He told the deputies who caught up with him at an outlet mall a short while later that the CIA was planning a politically motivated mass shooting at the mall. Well, everything that I was beginning to think that this guy was crazy is totally wiped away with that completely lucid statement that the CIA was planning another mass shooting. How can you argue with that? And I'm not joking right here. I go from thinking this guy is Looney Tunes to now scratching my head going, what does he know? The sheriff's office and, of course, the ATF, where there's no real danger you will find them, conducted a search warrant of Bachman's home and located several firearms that had been registered with the National Firearms Registry. However, another firearm, an RAK-15 AR-15 type rifle, was also located. This rifle had been modified to be able to house an automatic sear, making the firearm capable of being fired as a fully automatic weapon. We know what that means. Third hole. That's all that this means. This means that they found another weapon that was not registered, that even though it did not house an auto sear of any sort, because it had a third hole in it, we have a machine gun, because it could be modified like that. Clearly this guy was a rule follower because he had other firearms that were registered through that. In other words, why register any if you're not going to register one? I'd like to know the story behind that one that's not registered. It's very possible, knowing the ATF and their brilliance and the low bottom feeder level of people that they hire, in other words, the lowest common denominator, the diversity hires, that more than likely this was a typo on their part. They may have punched something in wrong, because again, I have to say that if this guy was willing to register other items, why didn't he register this one? What's the point? You either register all of them or you register none of them. Now the ATF will put this down as another dangerous gun off the street. In fact, they'll probably take all of his registered weapons completely away from him and say that they took a whole plethora of fully automatic, quote, assault weapons, dangerous weapons, off the street, and now you're all a lot safer. Now they can beg for more money from the federal government because look how successful our program is. These guys put no effort into this. A guy who was probably high on bath salts or mushrooms calls in, reports on himself. These guys go out there, steal all of his firearms from him, yet they're going to be viewed as the heroes in all this. Just a little bit of BS that I like to point out every now and then. My suggestion to anybody out there who is wanting to cruise the fifth dimension or hang with people who are known gangbangers from the fifth dimension is, if you're gonna do that, If you happen to know the number of 911 and you want to call in on yourself, make sure all your stuff is lined out first. This one gun that he had should not have been in with those other ones, because yeah, they probably still would have stole his other firearms because it has these stupid little red flag gun laws in the state of Florida, but nevertheless they wouldn't be able to pin this on him like they did this in this case, saying that it was an unregistered firearm. Sadly, this guy's probably going to serve some time because he got jacked up on something, not sure what, and ratted himself out. Boy, when he wakes up in that jail cell, he's going to be scratching his head and say, what happened to me? And when they describe it to him, he's going to be a little bit pissed off at himself for doing this one.
God save the Queen, man.
I'm sorry, I thought this was America. He's so horrible.